Hi, my name is Amanda Johnston. I recently graduated from the drama therapy program at CIS, and I did my practicum at Urban Services YMCA, which is here in San Francisco. They place trainees in different school settings, so I was with one school for the whole time I was in practicum, so for 3 semesters. The summer semester, I just met with clients outside of school since there's no school during that time. And I was at a K through 5th. They also do middle school. And I found Urban Services YMCA actually at one of CIS's practicum fairs. They had a table, and I went around looking specifically for sites that work with children because that was my main interest. And I talked with one of the clinical directors while at the table and really got a feel for what their organization was for. And that was a great way for me to find. And I also talked to a few different places and then applied to a couple of them and interviewed and chose Urban Services, and I'm glad I did. I got a lot of great experience out of there with group supervision and individual supervision offered in that site. So those are things I looked for when I was looking for a practicum, is what type of supervision they offered and what populations they worked with, and also what their kind of theoretical background was. Urban Services, the supervisor there has a narrative therapy background, but also incorporates art, as well as what kind of trainings they offer, because trainings and workshops are a big chunk of your licensing hours, and Urban Services had 2-hour trainings every week, so that was awesome. Some other things that were helpful when I was looking for practicum was using the resources at the field placement office, like GIA, and I came in with my resume and asked a few questions about what would make me stand out more, and they helped me choose a little bit different language and highlight different aspects of the jobs that I had, even though they weren't specifically working with youth. I had been an admin assistant, but they helped me kind of curtail those towards practicum language, as well as developing a cover letter and the specific language for that fit me well and showcased what I had to offer. So that was a really great resource. And then really some things that I wish I had known in the process were how to keep up on the BBS paperwork. I came to the end of my practicum full year and was ready for my supervisor to sign my BBS hours, and they were really surprised that I hadn't been doing them basically weekly or monthly is what she said was usually the trend. So I didn't realize that I was supposed to be having her sign them all the way along. It was fine. She just ended up having to sign like 12 pages worth of hours in one sitting, so her signature changed. But certain specific things like that, especially with BBS paperwork, making sure that you ask questions along the way, and your supervisor should also be knowledgeable about what sort of paperwork they should be signing for you, as well as the semester evaluations for your supervisor and when those are due, and Gia's great about reminding and sending those out. Otherwise, what else? I had a really great experience at my practicum site. I felt very supported by my supervisor, which was really important. And that I was really able to pick up on in my initial face-to-face interviews. Someone gave me a tip early on that you're also interviewing the practicum site as well as they are interviewing you. So you're interviewing them as far as finding out if they're a good fit for you. Do you mesh with the supervisor? Do you feel like you can ask them questions and talk with them? Do you feel like their theory kind of aligns with what your focus is and your counseling and the therapy you like to do? And are they open to the certain type of modality that you are using? So at CIS, there's a number of programs. I was in the drama therapy program, and I explicitly expressed that I need to be able to do drama therapy groups. And so I asked in interviews if that would be possible. And I had one site say that they probably wouldn't be able to offer me group hours, and so I was able to decide that I wouldn't be able to work out there. But those are things to bring into the interview initially is, what kind of hours are you going to need to get based on your program? Like my program required about half of my hours to be group hours. And any other sorts of specifics to your program, again, bringing into the interview and interviewing them as well as they are interviewing you. I just want to thank Gia for this opportunity and use this office as a resource as you're searching. They have a great list online as well of different sites, even by program, of certain sites that have said that they like certain types of counselors. And good luck with all your searches. Bye.